Now, going from poor standards to average standards, or average standards to good standards, both of these represent a giant leap up. But the next level up is what we call excellent standards. And again, this is another pretty big leap up from good standards. And really, this is about being the best you can be every single day. It's that level where you're, really absolutely looking to essentially excel in all aspects of your life. And I'm willing to bet that this is where you are right now in your life. Like most people going through this program here, if you had just good standards, you would not be looking to improve yourself like this, right? So here's the deal here. You have these poor standards at the bottom, and you get absolutely miserable results. Then you have good standards, a big leap up from there, and with those good standards, unfortunately, you still get poor results. And now I talked about these excellent standards, where it probably is where you're living right now, and, again, I'm sure you're trying to live there at least, right? Where you're really working hard, doing everything in life, you're trying to improve yourself. And the problem here, just, the danger with excellent standards is that because the world is so tough right now, sometimes you just don't get excellent results. And you know what happens? You start saying, what am I doing this for? I'm working harder than everybody else. I'm doing it right. I do everything to the highest level, yet I'm not getting the reward. And eventually, with enough of that pain going on, you'll say, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to be good. No point in trying to be excellent because I'm not getting excellent results. So you drop your standards, and what happens? Well, now you're at the level of good standards. What kind of results do you get? You get poor results, and you start getting massive pain. So what do? You're like, oh my God, what big mistake. So now you start working twice as hard, right? Trying to get back up to the level of excellent standards. And here's the danger, where if you get hit by that odd curveball in life, wham, hit between the eyes, boom, and you take that massive fall, and you find yourself in a really, really, really bad spot. So the danger is that you have excellent standards, and you can never let those drop. So again, poor at the bottom, huge leap up to good. Then from good, we have this huge leap up to excellent. And here's the beauty. There's actually one more level of standards, and it's not a giant leap above excellence. It's literally 2 millimeters. And those are called extraordinary standards. And that's where you're living that life at, wow, it's like at the highest possible level, where you have everything you want, the love, the passion, the connection, and the money too. In fact, my favorite story for this is the movie Jerry Maguire. Remember the scene when Cuba Gooding's talking about, he goes, the Quan. He's at this thing, I got my Quan. And Jerry's like, what's the Quan? And he goes, the Quan, it's not just the money, it's the passion, the love, the connection, the respect, the community, and the money too. The Quan. And that's what excellent standards are all about. And they're worth it. Because the beauty of life, the passion of life, truly, the connection to the people that you love and care about, it comes at that higher level, and it's this much, 2 millimeters above where you are right now. So how do you get there? It's very simple. It's typically one distinction. Probably like this course that gives you that extra skill set to get what you want in life, to be able to close at the highest level. Perhaps it's just simply raising your standards, saying, geez, I didn't know it was a higher standard, and to know something that I got to even work a bit harder, never let my guard down. Maybe it was a limiting belief that you had, that you knocked out in the belief section, or you weren't managing your state effectively. Or it could be a combination of everything. But the point is this, from where you are right now, to that next level up, to extraordinary standards, from where you really got to be, where you want to be in life, you're this far away. So the first step to raising your standards is to identify what your current standard is now, in this moment. And let's say in terms of your sales results to start. Well, this goes to all aspects of your life. And then we'll commit to a new standard for your sales and for other aspects of your life as well. Now, the secret to raising your standards is to associate a low standard with ultimate pain and a high standard with ultimate pleasure. So what you have to do is identify essentially what to you represents ultimate pain. And it's very different for every person. Then you have to figure out exactly what represents ultimate pleasure for you. Again, high standards are where your pleasure is, and low standards are where your pain is. See, for me, ultimate pain is being broke, being insignificant, which to me means not being able to share my message. To me, pain is not having the respect of my children, not being in a loving relationship with someone. See, to me, that's ultimate pain. Being broke, being alone, being insignificant, or being sick by myself. I'll do anything to avoid those negative states. What's ultimate pleasure for me? Well, it's wealth, contributing to people, to charity, being with my children, knowing my kids respect me, that they're taken care of, that my partner is taken care of, that essentially everyone's future, people who rely on me and love me, that they're taken care of. My children get sick or I get sick, I'll be able to help them, able to send them to college, to help them start their own lives, their own businesses, to buy first homes. That's ultimate pleasure for me. I mean, to share my message, to empower people. I love doing that. You know, I can be so tired that if I'm on stage or teaching people, I still feel great. I can't tell you how many times I've traveled around the world and I've been jet-lagged in multiple times. I was on the verge of collapse, and I find myself in a place where I'm doing some charity work, going into a township in South Africa or Zambia and working with underprivileged kids, and all of a sudden, bam, I snap out of it and I get re-energized. Why? Because it's something that's so deep and important to me, it brings out the very best in me. It's my standard. I will not settle for less than that. And if part of my ultimate pleasure is to empower people and to train these young kids, man, it's just boom, it turns me on, makes me the best I could possibly be. Let me give you a different take on this for a second here. State management, the ability to manage how you feel in the moment. What that is, it's going to dictate your moment-to-moment success in life. How you can perform in the moment, right? You can be the best athlete in the world, but if you're in a negative, disempowered state, well, you're not going to be a very good athlete, right? As a salesperson, you can be the best salesperson, build a straight line backwards and forwards, but if you're in a state of uncertainty, right, well, how well can you essentially use the straight line? Well, that's in the moment. The opposite would be your standards, which is your long-term dictator of where you end up in life. Because state management is in the now, and standards is your long-term indicator of where you're going to end up in life. If you have low standards, I promise you, if your life is full of shoulds and not musts, you will end up broke and poverty-stricken and basically alone. If you have high standards, I mean those super high standards like that highest, I'm burning bright, being the best I could be, bam, you're going to have a life full of pleasure and connection and love and all that sort of great stuff that we associate with living life at the highest level. So here's my question. What represents ultimate pain for you? And what represents ultimate pleasure? Now let's take this one step further now and look at how we're going to use this to increase your standards. I want you to write down a new standard for your sales results or your income. Be as specific as possible as you do this. This is the new must for you in this area. It's what you will no longer settle less than. You get it? Now, one final thing as you do this, I want you to read through your old standard and then imagine the pain that it brings you. Imagine how much pain you have from this old standard, that you're not getting what you want in life. You're disappointing the people that matter to you, that you care about most, okay? You take that new standard, imagine yourself, future pace yourself out there, living your new standard, feeling good, acting good, and believe me, if you do that, harnessing pain and pleasure, linking them in your mind, bam, your new standard will become a part of you, become ingrained in your very soul, the core of who you are, and once you raise that standard, boom, you're on the path of success.